didn't object.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a weird stoppage.
Bit of a surprise ending there. Yes, he was in trouble, Marko Calic.
Hold on, we're going to talk.
But it didn't look like he was ready to be out for the count or in serious distress.
No.
He was stunned at that. Stunned that the corner did it, and stunned that Calic has accepted it as comfortably as he did. And I think Buatsi was a bit surprised as well.
Maybe he wanted out.
But they would know. They must know something.
Some adversity on the
he
side
keeps that
of...
record intact. Never been past 7. But that ending popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah, she certainly did.
Joshua Buatsi. All right, you know, Sunday cards are just not for me. I'm exhausted. Got to admit. And it is good for them to take their time with Joshua Buatsi, even though he's 27 years old. By the time he steps back into the ring, he could be 28. He's ranked very high by the WBA at one. Now remember, he's at 175, where there's Artur Beterbiev, Dmitry Bivol, Joe Smith Jr. You know, so the question is, Jean Pascal, can he hang with those guys and take punches from those guys? You know, because after them, then there's him. You know, don't forget, you even got Roberto Ramirez.
Well, there's that right hand that wobbled him. He managed to stay on his feet.
He has the ability.
Was starting to make its mark.
But
It was
I'm not high on if he can do it or not.
Knockdown it was, just sort of pushed down there, but he was under some pressure.
But Marko Calic,
and then this is the finish.
Gave him a nice little test tonight.
It's another look at that that knockdown.
Yeah, well, I mean, really, Nick, you know, he just put it on him, didn't he? Let the hands go, he let the punches go.
He was having some real serious issues earlier in the fight.
And then, you know, this is something Joshua Buatsi does better than most. When he's got
the corner's going to throw the towel in.
Normally finishes.
What was that, round number 7?
He wasn't great tonight, Nick. You know,
he wasn't.
Let's not get that mistaken. His feet were off. His timing was pretty poor.
A learning experience.
He wasn't setting up his big shots like he normally does so very well. He wasn't finding the body shots that we've seen him in the past. You know, he didn't really move his head that much.
But look at that from Calic. Not a split second of protest.
I know, but again, you know, his team must know him very well.
So we did see Joshua Buatsi get clipped. You know, listen, I'm not holding it against him. You know, COVID, you know, pandemic fight. Every fighter, you know, has some tough fights. He got the win. And more importantly, he got the win by stoppage. You know, so, you know, moving on to the next. But I still do believe that they got to take their time, but they should. Because he's in the deep end of the pool now, or heading towards that end.
Joshua Buatsi.
You know, he's heading toward the deep end.
Well, it was a gutsy and a brave effort from Marko Calic.
You think Colin,
who I thought was terrific through 6 rounds, but the wheels came off in round 7 and Buatsi finished him off. And you have to say, a mark of a really good fighter is when he's not at his best and still manages to get the win.
Yeah,
and he's done that tonight.
Yeah, he done that tonight. He sure did.
But it's just taking a little bit of a gloss off, tiny bit of a gloss off all the hype. As you say, Anthony Yard, Callum Johnson will be thinking, bring it on.
Yeah.
Dmitry Bivol, no, don't go there yet.
Not yet, not yet.
I say Callum Johnson.
Certainly not.
You need fights like this.
Yeah, you do, of course.
Get through it. Don't be at your best, but get through it.
Of course, I want Anthony Yard, but politics, boxing politics, Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn. You know, have they had their meeting yet?
That was a really interesting main event.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed that, and great credit to Marko Calic. I wouldn't mind seeing him again.
33-year-old Croatian
in the end,
Marko
the wheels
Calic.
came off big time, and they knew something. That corner were all on the same page there. As soon as he glanced.
So let's wait for the post-fight interview. Yeah, Callum Johnson. Logical fight can be made. It's an easy fight to make for both sides, you know, because, you know, politics and everything like that. The Anthony Yard fight, I wouldn't hold my breath on that. Looking at 175, you know, Joe Smith fight could be made, but probably won't be made unless it's ordered. Joe Smith's stock is rising. We don't know what Roberto Ramirez is doing, but don't expect him versus Joshua Buatsi. Oh, well, let's listen in. Please subscribe.
Joshua, thanks for joining us after what I'm sure was the hardest night of your career, your first real gut check. How do you think you performed in there tonight?
As always, Andy, first and foremost, I'll go give thanks to God, man. I came out on top. Props to Calic, wherever he is, man. He told me his jaw was broken, so big respect to him. He pushed me all the way. And credit to him, man. I had to dig deep.
Jaw was broken.
I think like the third round or something like that, and I thought, damn. I felt the swelling straight away. Never happened before, but again, we bite down when we fight, man. It's the fight game. When you're in there, you do what you got to do to win. So I'm grateful for that.
It's not how you start, it's how
that doesn't look like a punch.
In ruthless fashion. Just talk us through the ending there. Did you realise that you had him hurt?
I noticed he went southpaw, and I thought, okay, cool play, B. It's a bit different. So I looped the right hand, caught him. When it landed, I said, I know you're hurt. You're hiding it quite well, but you're hurt. So I just pressed on. But like I said, credit to him, man. He was tough. He was competitive each round. 400 days out of the ring. So first one back is quite different, but, you know, I enjoyed it. You guys, credit to Sky Sports Matchroom. You guys stepped up.
I forgot he had that long layoff. It's COVID, man.
I'm excited and happy to have got the win. And like I said, I'm grateful and humbled.
We're in the middle of a global pandemic, so you can prepare as best you can, but you have been out for 400 days, as you said. Was there any ring rust there, especially in the first couple of rounds where he had his most success?
There must have been, man. He was throwing punches, but I had these up, man. I said, listen, they're hitting the gloves. A few got through, but I was like, look, I'm here, man. We got 12 rounds, and every round I keep fighting hard. But it's always, like I said, Andy, credit to him. He was a tough opponent, and I wish I was here doing the interview with him, but I'm going to go see him after, man.
Yeah, I think just because of the fact that he was stopped, the board want to take him backstage. Just on the fight itself and your career moving forward, I know, you know, you want early nights and easy fights, but
I'm listening.
At some stage, you are going to need a fight where you're going to have to dig a little deeper. Was that the perfect fight for you to bridge the levels that you're going through now?
As we saw it was, man. Great opponent. Under the radar, hasn't been heard of, but like we said, we knew he was a top amateur. Did a lot, but people didn't know about him, but now they should. Good opponent, gave me a good run for my money, and like I said, I came out on top, and that's always the aim, Andy.
You're a fan favourite, but because of the situation we're in, there are no fans here. What was it like boxing in sort of a unique atmosphere like that, especially when it did turn into a bit of a dogfight at times?
Very unique atmosphere, but listen, like I said, I heard somebody's coming to beat me up. That was enough for me, Andy. I turned in there and I said, this guy said he's coming to win, to burst the Buatsi bubble. I said, bro, I'm here to defend it, man. So credit to him, like I said, but we did what we had to do.
People have high hopes for you, and with that comes a lot of level of expectation, and they want to push you quickly, want to push you fast. I know you want to talk to your team, but in terms of levels, where do you want to go next?
To just keep moving forward. As long as I'm moving forward, no matter how slow, no matter how quick, I'm moving forward, man. 400 days out, so it's good to be back, man. And yeah, we sit down with the team. As you can see, it was a good fight, competitive fight, and I enjoyed it. I can say that now, but in there I was like, bro, this guy's hard, man. But no, it was a good fight.
Fighters want to fight. Eddie Hearn said in an Instagram live earlier that in an ideal world he would want to get you out in December.
That's the aim, Andy. We can go straight to it. That's the aim.
With the eye, is there any concern that it's anything worse than a black eye?
To be fair, I'm not sure what's happened. It's swelling, but again, I haven't had something like this before. It was the first time it happened in there, and it was new to me. So I've come out and I'm like, okay, it was quite a hard fight, but I've
it's not cut, just some swelling.
I went a bit. The right hands I couldn't see, so it was something new to adapt to. And when I was in this situation, I was present. I said, okay, Buatsi, your eyes closing up. This is something new. You haven't faced it before. Deal with it. And like I said, we got the stoppage. So I came out on top. If this goes down, I'll be more than happy to be back out in December.
And with a view to next year, Eddie Hearn's already mentioned that Callum Johnson is the fight he'd most like to make. Is that a fight that, if it's offered to you, you'd be willing to take for 2021?
Let the team decide, Andy. I just had a scrap, man. I want to chill out. Yeah, man.
What will you do now?
Just chill out. Just to emphasise how grateful I am to God, man. Leading up to this, I said to you guys, man, people go in there and they fight, and we've all got talents and gifts and everything, but when I'm in there, I'm solely dependent on God to help me out. We train hard, we work hard, but when I'm in there, I'm saying, God, you got to help me, man. I work hard and everything, but I need you to come and to show up, and I'm grateful, man. So I'm going to just chill out with the team and recover.
Has it been difficult not going to church? I mean, that's one of the things, everyone's life's on pause, and fighting on a Sunday probably has changed your normal routine.
Yeah, something different, man, but we adapt to it, and that's what you have to do. In there, like I said, a little adversity came, I had to adapt, so we move forward, man.
Yeah, no road to the top is a smooth one. Do you still have the long-term goal, 2021, to be a world champion?
if the opportunity is presented, then I've had the right fights, absolutely.
Perfect. Well, well done, Tonna.
Appreciate that. Everyone that tuned in, I'm grateful. I appreciate it, man. Stay tuned. That's only. Thank you.
Well, unfortunately, you know, I don't, you know, have him beaten a Bertabiev or Bivol. I mean, he's still got to show us some stuff. I have him beating an Anthony Yard, and pretty much, you know, he could possibly maybe even beat a Joe Smith, maybe. But he'll be going to hell and back probably, Joe Smith, for taking him there. You know, the common man. You know, I just don't know. You know, but nice little solid, you know, scrap. We did get to see him, you know, go through adversity and be tested by a fighter, didn't he? That, you know, a lot didn't think would test him. And the Callum Johnson fight is the fight to make for him. But if he's fighting in December, it's not going to be Callum Johnson because, you know, they're going to try to hold that for a crowd and possibly be, you know, the big domestic clash before the winner goes on, you know, to world, you know, title contention. And we know Callum Johnson has already been there, right? Which one did he fought? He fought Bivol, or did he fight Bertabiev? I forgot. I think it was Bertabiev, and he dropped him, right? I covered that fight, correct? We'll see, though. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. The boxing schedule is pretty lackluster, you know, until Loma versus Lopez. So I'm going to be putting out videos, but, you know,